Welcome back to Axis Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough review of Majestic Prince Episode 3. Now, if you remember from last episode, we find out Team Rabbids has received a Level 3 Order of Merit Medal, all thanks to Izuru. Now, moving on past that, we find out Team Rabbids has been ordered to remobilize, so we go from one mission to the next. Hey, I'm loving it, but this next mission was just to set up new transmission satellites, and guess what? Team Rabbids, yes, they're under attack by the Woolgru yet again, and they fail this mission. And again, that's where the episode ends, and all my final thought and rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned. But let's dive right on in. So we open up this episode with the GNN News Broadcasting Network. Yes, the news network. And they're talking about the GDF setting up the transmission satellites, and how they were overpowered by the Woolgru squad. So basically, GNN is reminding the world how bad Team Rabbids had fucked up. Yeah, that's not looking good for Team Rabbids, plain and simple. So we are taken to a little cutscene with Team Rabbids, and they're at an examination. So they're just doing a light checkup with the doctors. Nothing bad. They all pass, clean bill of health, and on to the briefing room for their next mission. Well, guess what? On a side note, from the doctor and nurse's point of view, they're worried about Team Rabbids, their psychological fatigue, how bad these kids go from mission to mission without resting. So yeah, it's a big concern. These kids aren't resting, so there's a lot of psychological fatigue they're going through. And also Izuru, he may need another re-examination. Why? Why does Izuru need another re-examination? And why didn't they tell him? That was the bigger thing. Like, so wait, this kid, who is the leader of Team Rabbids, Izuru, he supposedly passed the examination, but the nurse and the doctor are basically collaborating. They're saying he needs another re-examination. There's the reason, they can't pinpoint the problem. So if you can't pinpoint the problem, how do you know there's a problem to begin with? And what is the problem? So there's a lot of concerns there. I mean, what the hell? So we are taken to a little cutscene with Commander Simon at the GDF headquarters, and he's calling Team Rabbids to arms. Yeah, for the next mission. I'm like, okay. Now the reason being, he found an enemy supply route. So it's a big reason right there. An enemy supply route. I mean, if you go in there and you take out that enemy supply route, that's going to fuck up the Woolgru completely, considering they're on top right now from winning the last mission from Team Rabbids. Definitely worth mentioning. However, Commander Simon wants to launch a surprise attack on these supply ships, which are part of the supply route he discovered. So it definitely makes sense. However, they have 36 hours until the mission begins. So there's about a day and a half of free time for Team Rabbids. So guess what? Rin appears out of nowhere. Yes, Rin appears. And she tells Team Rabbids they can go on vacation, so they can take a day and a half off. Why? That's like telling a prisoner, this is your last meal, eat up. What the hell? You're going to give them a day and a half, literally a day and a half off for vacation. I'm guessing, and this is my theory, so their psychological fatigue can be cleared up. That's my theory in general, and it definitely makes sense. Now, apparently the military is going to be flipping the bill on their little vacation, so they're going to be going to an expensive resort thanks to the military. Yeah, something just don't feel right. I mean, again, I made this example about a few seconds ago. It's like giving a prisoner his or her last meal before they're about to be executed. That's what it feels like. I mean, you're letting Team Rabbids go on vacation at the last moment, 36 hours until their next mission. I don't know. That feels like a setup to me. Like, no one thinks they're going to be able to pull off the next mission, so you may as well take a vacation. But sorry, I digress. Now, moving on past that, we're taken to a little cutscene with Asagi and Kei. Yes, we're finally at the vacation site, and they're leaving the group. They're leaving Team Rabbids to return to the cottage to do God knows what. I thought it was going to be romantic or something, but that was just my theory anyways. But moving on past that, we find out Tamaka and Sergei. They're focused on all the men and women they're coming across. So Tamaki, which is the girl, and Sergei, which is that hot-headed little guy, they're infatuated with romance, just not with each other, just with everyone they're coming across. They're like looking at the girls, looking at the guys. I'm like, oh, come on, seriously, this romance bullshit? But hey, it was funny, be honest. It definitely was funny. But moving on past that, we find out Izuru, he wants to train. So Izuru, he doesn't want to enjoy his vacation, he just wants to keep training. Okay, so I'm going to give it to him. Good for him, he's training. I thought Asagi would be the one that was going to train, but no, it's Izuru. Now, yes, we go through the whole hero bullshit story and whatnot, and I'm not going to get into detail about that. However, he does finish his training, and after Izuru finishes his little training cycle he's on, he returns back to the cottage where Izuru and Kei have a moment. You heard me. He's sitting down, so both Izuru and Kei, which is another girl of course, they're having a moment while Asagi is asleep. And I guess Kay is somewhat of a cook, not the best cook, but she makes looks like a cake for Izuru, and Izuru eats the cake, and they talk, and I thought they were gonna kiss or have a romantic moment, but they don't. I'm just very confused on who Kay is really into. Is she into Asagi? Is she into, Izuru? Or is she just there as a friend? We really don't know. But guess what? We are taken to a little cutscene a little later on in the day to the pool. Now Izuru, he invites Team Rabbids to the pool, but he can't swim. So wait a minute. Izuru, being the hero that he is, asks everyone from Team Rabbids to go to the pool with him, to enjoy the day with him at the pool, but he can't swim. Now it gets better. Apparently Izuru runs into a girl he may or may not know from his past, and apparently this girl has a butler which beats the shit out of Izuru and throws him into the pool. And again, he cannot swim, so he has to be saved, but I'm kind of curious on who this girl is. We've seen her, I believe, somewhere in this series. We just don't know her name, not really much of who she is, but I can't wait to find out who she is and how Izuru may or may not know her. But again, watching Izuru get his ass handed to him by a butler was priceless. I know, literally it was priceless. Now moving on past that, onto the mission. We're taken to a little cutscene with Rin. Apparently Rin is pointing out to everyone that there is a man from the GDF headquarters who will be supervising the next mission. So wait a minute, this is the first time for Team Rabbids to have a supervisor. Other than, Simon, of course, who is their commanding officer, but now they have an outside source, this guy from the GDF headquarters. He's going to be the supervisor. Now this GDF guy who's from the headquarters, he's called the Vice Chief of Staff, Captain Komen. I'm like, this guy doesn't even look, smart, let alone strong enough to take on Team Rabbids as a commanding officer. I mean, did they just pick this guy out of a random lineup? Because he does not look competent in my opinion. Now again, this is Vice Chief of Staff, Captain Komen. Now with him, he has his liaison, or his secretary in this case, Lieutenant Amin, who we all know. Yes, Lieutenant Amin does not like Team Rabbids. Not that she doesn't like who they are or what they are. It's more or less she doesn't like the idea of the military training kids to kill people. I mean, these are kids. She's not comfortable with the idea, and I like her for that. But you know what? Grow up. They're here. Next mission. Moving on. So we're taken to a little cutscene with the general mission. Yes, there is this surprise attack for Team Rabbids. So their next mission is a surprise attack on the Woolgru supply ships. Now Commander Simon points out he will not be going with them. He'll be on standby. So he's staying back to be on standby. Why? Really? You picked the last moment to say, yeah, I'm not going to go with you guys. I'm going to be on standby. Pussy. Well, you don't think Team Rabbids is going to do anything successful? Or you're just trying to make sure you're not going to be there when they fail? So you can blame it on this Chief of Staff that randomly said he wants to be the supervisor, But anyways, I digress. Moving on past that, the mission does start. Now we are taken to a little cutscene with the Woolgru ships in general, and the Woolgru ships have been detected, so they have been picked up on radar. And the supply ships, or should I say the supply fleet, is a no-go. It's an armed recon squadron. Team Rabbids, you just lucked out on the big one. Yeah, it's an armed recon squadron. Are you ready? Is your money where your mouth is? Because I know I love to see where this was going, and apparently this mission just got from simple to fucking amazing, in my opinion anyways. For Team Rabbids, they're totally fucked. Now again, we're commencing with the operations, and it's called Nightblow. Wait a minute, this mission is called Nightblow? Not Nightwing, Nightshade, Night whatever, it's Nightblow. Who the fuck calls it Nightblow? Blow? What? Nightblow? I'm sorry, that name of the mission was hilarious, but anyways, they commence with their Operation Nightblow, regardless of it being an armored recon squadron, which, I give them more power to them for doing that. However, the Vice Chief orders it. So it wasn't Simon. Commander Simon did not order shit. This was all on Vice Chief. On the Vice Chief in general, so he orders Team Rabbids to go ahead and, continue. And Izuru, he takes the lead as usual, and I love seeing it. However, we are taken to a little cutscene with Team Rabbids, and they're not looking good at all. In fact, Tamaki has been ordered to go ahead and, continue the mission like she was supposed to do, and her shields are failing. So Tamaki is in hot water, and we don't know if she's dead, if she's alive. We don't know what the hell's happening. Tamaki's been hit. We don't know if she's surviving, if she's dead. And again, that's where the episode ends. As for final thoughts, okay, first of all, Tamaki, are you dead? Are you alive? We don't really know. And as for the Vice Chief, what the hell? Is he brain dead? That's the only word I can come up with. I mean, should you have asked the military for backup? These are just kids. I don't care if they're special weapons, if they've been groomed for this type of battle. I mean, this is their third, technically, this is their third battle or fight in outer space. And now they're taking on an armored recon squadron. Bear with me, I was okay with the supply fleet, but an armored recon squadron? Hell no, I don't see it happening. But then again, after seeing their first mission with Izuru, how easily he took on the Wolgru, I'm willing to give Izuru a shot to see where it's going to go. But again, that is it for my final thoughts. As for my rating, 3.5 out of 5. Yes, I like this episode, but we haven't seen the fight build up just yet. It's just getting started. So hopefully next episode, it's going to wow us. But until then, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. Mostly because there was romance and drama build up when they were on their vacation between, Asagi, Kei, as well as Izuru, but mostly just Izuru and Kei in general. You thought there was going to be some type of date or some type of kiss. I mean, they were eating alone. Kei made Izuru some food. I don't know. There was either it's a brother and sister type relationship or it's more than that. Even though they're not really brother and sister, they're just teammates. I'm interested to see where that's going to go to. But again, final rating, 3.5 out of 5. And that is it for my walkthrough and review of Majestic Prince Episode 3. But definitely comment down below, let me know, thumbs up, thumbs down. Definitely subscribe, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. Let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode that's coming out. But again, guys, that ends it for now, and I got to hit the bricks, and I got to go. And before I go, I got to say it, and I always say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.